Recording in progress. Thank you, Zoom. Namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Sunday transformation or Transformation Sunday. Before we begin, let us invoke. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart. Feel the love within the heart, the warmth, the sweetness, the tenderness within the heart. And be aware of the crown. Be aware of the expansion of the crown. Be aware of the heart and the crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. To Grandmaster Cho Kuksui, Lord Mahaguru Jamili, Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, the Holy Master Count Saint Germain. To all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to our divine selves, our higher souls. We humbly invoke for your divine light, love, and power, your divine help, guidance, and protection, for inner and outer healing, inner and outer transformation, for the heart to serve. We thank you, Lord God, we thank you all. With gratitude, respect, and love, so be it. Okay. Again, welcome everyone. My eyes are a little bit, not a little bit, actually a lot sore. I got in contact lenses yesterday, and I haven't had contacts for 10 years. And the contacts I had 10 years ago, actually 11 years ago, I borrowed, if you could use that term, the right lens of my ex-girlfriend for both eyes. So she had extra contact lenses that she wasn't using, and her right eye prescription was almost identical prescription for my right and my left eye. So I used her contact lenses. That was the first time I was ever able to use contact lenses. And I did it for maybe a month or 5 weeks or something like that. And it was good. And I forget what happened, why I stopped wearing them. I think because I didn't, at the time, I didn't have the money to like schedule an eye appointment to get the contacts. It was something like that. So I got them yesterday, and they were the day versions, right? You have contacts you wear for the day, you wear for 2 weeks, you wear for a month. And so I got the ones for a day and one for a month to experiment. And at the doctor's office, the optometrist was able to put them in super, super fast. Surprise. You wouldn't think a professional who's done this for 27 years would be able to do it so quickly. But so he was able to put them in. And then I was like, all right, well, it's getting to be bedtime, time to take them out. And after 3 YouTube videos and 45 minutes, I was able to remove both of them. It took much longer than I was expecting. So my eyes are a little bit sore from being poked and prodded at for 45 minutes last night. But I was thinking, okay, so what do we want to talk about lecture-wise today before we do the meditation and healing? And I remember I've talked about this in one other stream on Facebook, but as with all spiritual teachings, there's levels of truth, there's levels of understanding, and as we grow and evolve, our listening changes, right? You can read the Bible as a 5-year-old. I mean, you'd be pretty developed if you could. But if you read it at 5 years old, 15 years old, 25 years old, 35 years old, 45 years old, you would get something different each and every time that you read it, because your level of development and maturity would be going up, right? Hopefully. So I remember I was sitting in our Arhatic yoga retreat at the MCKS Meditation Center in Bovina, New York. And I remember I was sitting next to a very advanced practitioner. He'd done at that time about 50,000 healings. 50,000 healings, which is a lot of healings. Granted, he'd been in pranic healing for 20 years. He'd been around Master Cho for a number of years. He did a lot of group work, but that's pretty much individual healings. Now, does that mean he did 50,000 hour-long, 90-minute healings? Not necessarily, right? A 20-minute healing there, but some healings could be 2 hours, right? Depending upon what the person needed. And that prompted the conversation with one of the masters saying, at a certain level of development, your life is no longer yours. Your life belongs to the great ones. Now, who are the great ones, right? The great ones are the great teachers that guide the humanity of the cosmos. And they need helpers on the physical plane to transform the energies that they're providing for the cosmos, right? So it's like they're radiating light, love, and power that's going into our higher souls or through our higher souls. And then we manifest that into the world through our thoughts, through our speech, and through our actions. And I remember that being the most terrifying thing I'd ever heard in my entire life. And this is maybe, let's see, maybe 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. And I remember that being the most terrifying thing because the ego does what? Separates, right? It's me, myself, and I, as Master Ko would say, one of the trinities, me, myself, and I, the lower trinity, right? And when we separate, when we think we're separate from other people, when we're separate from other things, beings, kingdoms, we tend not to make the best decisions in life. But if we go, I am one with that person, I am one with that animal, I am one with that being, we tend to have a greater appreciation and understanding. So where does oneness come from? The crown, right? How do we experience oneness? Through the heart. How do we activate the heart? Through service, right? So I know many practitioners inside and outside of pranic healing, spiritual practitioners that have extremely unhealthy relationship with those closest to them, right? But they spend lots and lots of time meditating, lots and lots of time meditating, lots and lots of time meditating. So they're through their spiritual practice, willing the crown to become activated, willing the crown to become open. But the crown becomes activated and open much, much easier through the activation of the heart. So how can you say you love God, who you cannot see, if you can't love the people around you, who you can see? So I remember when I was going through a very difficult time in my life with my divorce, and that would have been 2009. I left around 2000. I left Florida around the beginning of 2009, February of 2009. I went to New York and New Jersey in February 2009. And I remember the first thing when I basically moved there and I was living with my friend, the first thing we were assigned to do was service projects. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm grieving my divorce. I'm grieving, not spending time with my son. Why are you having me do healing on other people? Why are you having me do these things? Can't I just be by myself, be in my own space? And that wasn't the case. We were planning expos, we were doing mailers, we were doing healing clinics, meditation clinics, introductory talks, and it was many, many hours every single week. And I couldn't figure it out at the time because it was like, another event? Man, another event? We just finished an event. We're doing another event this weekend, and each event seemed to be bigger than the previous event, right? This one's going to have a couple dozen people, then a couple hundred. Now we're going to be interacting with 1,000 people at this event at the New Yorker. So it just kept building and building and building. And then it's like, okay, wait a minute, didn't we have a full moon meditation and healing clinic last month? we're doing another full moon healing and meditation this month. Can't we just get a break? Can't we just slow down? Can't we take it easy? And little did I know that the masters, because it was the masters that were telling me directly, okay, you need to be at this. Yeah, but I might have to work. You need to be at this. But I just, can I just, you need to be at this. But I'm not feeling well. You need to be at this. Come and get healing. That was always the little hook that the masters would say to me. Just go. You'll get healing. And then I would get there and no one would do healing on me. I would be doing healing. I go, this doesn't make any sense. Well, if you want something, what do you have to give that, right? So I needed healing at that time in my life, right? Lots and lots and lots of healing. So what did I provide? Healing for other people. And as you heal others, you are being healed. So when you become a channel of healing energy for another person, what passes through you? Healing energy. So when you provide them with love, or you're a channel of love for them, love passes through you, peace passes through you, bliss passes through you, stillness passes through you, right? And it's interesting because Anthony Robbins, right, the business and motivation coach, he says, whenever you are depressed, serve. Like that's one of his teachings. Most therapists will tell you the exact same thing, right? People who suffer from depression do service. Why? Because instead of focusing just on yourself and your needs, wants, and desires, by taking your focus outward, you expand, right? You expand. So I think I said that to my mentor maybe 2.5 or 3 years ago about service and about that discussion that was at the Arhatic Yoga retreat, that there will come a point in your life that your life is no longer yours, but it belongs to the great ones. And she goes, I can only wish it to be that case 100% of the time, right? So service helps with congestion and service helps with depletion, right? So when we meditate, we generate lots of energy. If we continue to meditate, generate lots of energy, and then not use that energy, what can we experience? Congestion. Prolonged congestion leads to what? Kundalini syndrome, which means you have more Kundalini energy coming up than you have divine energy going down, and the energy starts to mix and becomes congested. And then it has not so good effects on your finances, your physical health, your emotional well-being, your psychological well-being. Not so much about the spiritual aspects, but it's not good, right? It's not good when you become congested. So when you do service, you use the energy in your meditation, so you're constantly cycling prana in and out of your system, right? Like it's almost like a filtration system. Now, if you're depleted and you say, well, I don't have enough energy to do healing right now, which in some cases is accurate, what you can do is physical service, right? And physical service can manifest in many, many different ways. And I've done most all of them at this point in my life. You can do feeding programs. You can do work at a soup kitchen. You can do, we did a project in Brooklyn, New York, many, many years ago of building a playground set for a domestic abuse shelter, right? So women and children that are being domestically abused, they leave their house typically in the middle of the night and they find a shelter. And this particular shelter was in Brooklyn, but it's all these little kids and they have nothing to do all day long, right? So what we did is we went into the backyard, we ripped up the entire backyard of the building. We put down, I forget what it's called, astroturf, right? Because the likelihood of people maintaining it is very unlikely because it requires time, money, resources, etc. So we just go, we'll just put down something green that's soft enough. And then we put, we built like a little garden, and then what else did we do? And then we built a swing set and a few other things for the kids, right? And that was a 3-weekend project that each weekend, 4 or 5 hours per day. Now, being a person who had a hard time doing service, what did that do for me as a healing process? stretch the heart, which isn't always warm and fuzzy. We have an assumption that it is. And then it also purges the solar plexus, right? So doing service can actually make you very uncomfortable in the initial stages. I know many people, if you have the tendency of selfishness within you and you do service, it's going to be very, very, very uncomfortable because it's pushing out things that are in your solar plexus that, not that there's only one way to remove something, but service is one of the fastest ways to remove something, and it requires you to practice will, right? So you can say, okay, can you remove my obstacles to doing service? Yeah, to a degree, we can remove those obstacles, but you're not practicing the virtue of generosity and non-stealing and loving kindness, non-injury, right? Because service is the love aspect of the soul. So when you have to use the will to be loving, to be of service, right? And that's very difficult for most people. Someone close to me, whenever we would do service, she would become nauseated, physically sick. And I know this person well, and I knew what was happening. The solar plexus was getting activated. The tendency of selfishness was coming to the surface, and it was too difficult for her to deal with. So what did she have a tendency to do? I can't make it today. I can't do it today. This is one of the healthiest people I've ever met, right? I can't make it today. I can't do it today because those old tendencies of selfishness were coming to the surface. So either A, you get healing and you move forward with taking the right actions, or B, you don't do the right action, right? And then the solar plexus will normalize, the seeds will go back into the chakra. So you never work through it. You never evolve past it. So service is super, super important. So service helps with congestion. So that allows you to keep meditating, 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 and not getting congested. And service also helps with depletion. You can do physical service if you're physically depleted, which in most cases that was the example. So when I was in New York and New Jersey, my body was extremely depleted. There's so much more to be said about that. It was a very, very difficult time. But by constantly being of service, constantly being of service, constantly being of service, my body was a conduit for healing. Was an open vessel to receive. So as I'm helping 10, 20, 30 people, I'm partially getting helped. Does that make sense? But again, one of my favorite quotes of all quotes, of the hundreds of quotes that I know by heart, my favorite quote by Ramana Maharishi is asked by one of his disciples. And his disciple said, how should we treat others? And Ramana Maharishi's answer was, there are no others. Because that teacher is speaking from the experience that there is only oneness. For us less developed people, we have to come from the theoretical understanding, like, okay, all right, this thing of karma, this thing of oneness, if I smile at this person, the likelihood they're going to smile back at me. Okay. But I smiled at 5 people in a row and each person didn't smile back at me. So wait a minute. Is that really how it works? Right? For the less developed, less aware people, that's how we process it. For the people who lack awareness entirely, they just go about their day with no regard for others. Right? So if a person is selfish, service will be the most difficult thing for them, but service will also be one of the most beneficial things for them, right? Because it develops the heart, expands the heart, expands the heart, expands the heart, expands the heart. Okay? And when the heart's expanded, what happens? Healing. Crown becomes activated. You experience oneness. What you do to yourself, what you do to others, you do to yourself, and vice versa, right? So I hope that helps. And I remember the times I was talking with another practitioner who's been a long time pranic healer, a full-time pranic healer, and has shared with me, the experience of bliss that he'll get after doing 6, 7, 8, 10 hours of straight healing. That's a lot for most people. because the heart and the crown is so activated, and you're partially ungrounded as you're doing that. And the longer you do it, it's like a meditation, right? Master Cho Koksui says pranic healing is meditation in motion. So when you're healing someone, you're being very sensitive to what's happening in the inner world. So there's a level of being ungrounded. You're just gone. And one of my mentors, when does healing, it's like the body doesn't exist anymore. So if you want to do service, and if you want to do healing as service, kind of be prepared to be ungrounded for a period of time after your service. So doing physical exercises will be more important, because if you do 5, 7, 10 hours of straight healing, you're going to be super, super expanded. Lots and lots of energy is going to be passing through you, but you can get congested. Depends on how many people you're healing, what's the purpose, what kinds of healings there are, how well you disconnect. I mean, all these other factors that are kind of outside the scope of today's talk. But choose the type of service that you resonate with, and then as you do more of it, more will be revealed to you. More doors will open of serving this person, this group of people, that organization, etc. What else? Any questions about service? Any questions about selfishness? Any questions about activating the heart? I remember this from one of the masters at a lecture. I think it was during a full moon in New Jersey. Wait, let's see. Was that a full moon? It might have been at a weekend retreat. Oh, it was a full moon, yeah. So he was saying that at a certain level of development, you no longer have a choice but to serve. So in the initial stages, as we're on our training wheels of development and training wheels of service, we have to use will to serve, will to serve, will to serve, right? Like we have to overcome our tendency of selfishness, of separation, of me, myself, and I, that this is my time, this is self-care time, this is personal time, right? And then after a period of time, with the heart being super activated, the crown gets to be a certain point of development, right? Because it's connected to the crown, gets to be at a certain point of development that you are an instrument all the time. And there's no resistance, because you're conductive and receptive to the will of the higher soul, to the will of the teacher, and to the will of God. So you're like, so someone calls you up, and instead of the old days of like, hey, can you do healing on me, right? And like, oh, I have to have the perfect setup. I can't do healing right now because of this, right? All of these things that you need in order to do, to be of service. The person says, I need healing. You go, okay, no problem. No resistance. You just do healing. You just do service. Because you realize that you are one with that person. How do you become more conductive? How do you become more conductive to being of greater service? Through compassion. When you realize that the other person is suffering, you want to alleviate that suffering. And it's not so much of a mental process, it's more of an experiential process. If you just be still, be aware, and tap into compassion, it removes the inner resistance and you just become conductive. I usually offer healing and people are not open. So as a good side note to that, the soul always wants healing. The soul always wants healing. There's been this has not been brought up for a while within from Master Co, but there was a question that was always asked in class for like a decade. There was a really regular question about, well, don't you need permission to heal somebody? Don't you need permission to heal somebody? Don't you need permission to heal somebody? So he says, okay, if you see someone drowning, do you ask to save them from drowning, or do you just reach into the ocean, the lake, the pond, and pull them out? Right? So if the person is karmically entitled to be healed, they will be healed. But something, someone has to be the instrument, right? So the soul is always looking, right, to help their investment, right? Your higher soul invested into your bodies. Is this going to be a lifetime of that's a good investment, or is this going to be a lifetime that's a bankrupted investment? Yeah. So when you invoke, right, to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, my higher soul, the higher soul of the person, you're asking for permission. So if the person is karmically entitled to be healed, as you do the healing, they'll be healed. Because who does the healing ultimately? The soul of the person. We as the healer are removing the obstacles for the soul to do its work, right? We're allowing it to happen, like creating the space, because then the soul will fill the vacuum. It doesn't really help with spreading chronic healing. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. So Adriana is making the point of, like, if you're doing healing without the other person knowing, how is that spreading pranic healing? It is spreading pranic healing. It's just spreading pranic healing on a different plane. So I remember my mentor in Florida many years ago. I said, "How do you have a waiting list of 3 months?" He would heal 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. And I go, how do you have a waiting list? You don't have a website. You don't have a business card. There wasn't anything as Facebook Lives or Periscope or anything like that. How? I don't understand it. What's your marketing tactic? What are you doing that I'm not doing? And he goes, easy. I said, well, all right, well, what do you got? He says, I open my heart. I'm like, that doesn't, whatever. That's not the secret. What's the secret? He goes, no, that's it. Years later, I didn't realize his ninja power is love, devotion, bhakti. It's very, very easy for him to be loving. So he automatically attracts people to him like a magnet, right? I wasn't that. That's not my skill set. I'm very mental. I'm very, like, figuring out the details of making something happen, right? Materialization. So he loved to be of service, and people sensed that. And so people would just continue flocking to him. We're not all bhakti, correct? Correct. So we have our ninja powers and we work within our ninja powers. But that being said, all aspects of the soul need to be developed in every single lifetime. Light, love, and power. And we develop those through practicing the virtues, right? Practicing the virtues. You can't rationalize your way out of service. I've tried. It doesn't work. It's a waste of time. Oh, I can't. I know many people who don't do healing because they don't have a crystal. They won't do healing because they don't have a crystal. And then I know people who have bought thousands and thousands of dollars worth of crystals and never done healing. Not one. Think about that. I healed for almost a decade with no crystal, right? Almost a decade, because I didn't have any money. I was like, whatever, this is what I'm supposed to do. It'd be nice to have a nice crystal, but I don't have the resources. I don't have the will to make it happen, but I do have the will to heal because I want to become good at that. So I would just do healing. But I know people who won't heal without crystals, right? So they're not being a what? Instrument of goodwill and the will to do good, and they're relying on something else outside of themselves, right? So going back to service, I had a healing power for sure. Yeah, I was. Pranic healing is very familiar to me. And many of you who've been exposed to pranic healing, you're sitting in class, you're doing a meditation, you're listening to a lecture online, and you're like, there's something about this that is so familiar because you've done previous work, right? You've done previous work. To me, pranic healing makes so much sense. It's mind-boggling how sensical it is, right? But other people, they just don't get it, right? But like it's the same way as I look at something that's mechanical, like an engine, a car engine, a lawnmower engine, any kind of engine. And to me, it's mind-boggling. Like my mind literally can't understand it. But you have someone who's a mechanic and they're just like, yeah, that's it. Bam, bam, bam. My ex-business partner was that way. He could just look at an engine and reverse engineer it in his head. I don't have that ability. But when it comes to healing and seeing things and feeling things and knowing things about people and breaking people down, yeah, it's very, very easy. Now, I've developed that skill over 18 years as well. It's not like I came out of the womb knowing how to heal, but very familiar to me. So I hope that helps. I hope that clears some things up. If you want energy, be of service. If you don't want to be congested, be of service. If you want to generate lots and lots and lots of good karma in your life, be of service. If you want people to be there in your time of need, be there for other people in their time of need, right? Be of service. Grandmaster Chokutsui says, one of the fastest ways to become illuminated is service and meditation. So we have Twin Hearts meditation and Arhatic meditations, and then we have what? The healing arm. You bring them together, you rapidly evolve. Okay, so let's do our, whoa, right on time. Look at that. Let's do our exercises. Sorry, guys, I have texts coming in. Let me pause you at home. So again, you do two exercises, two songs of the exercises. Let me say this clearly. You have exercises that you do prior to meditation. You do 2 rounds of those exercises. Okay? Pause you now. Thank you, Zoom. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you were able to move just a little bit. Chrissy at the airport. And again, we recommend you do your exercises outside because there's more prana, more solar prana, more air prana, or cleaner air prana, and then there's ground prana. But that can also be relative, right? Right? You can have an outside area that's physically and energetically not so clean, but the likelihood of it being cleaner energy outside than inside is better. So you do your exercises outside, you breathing exercises outside, and then you come in for your meditations. Okay, so sit comfortably. We'll do our 7-1-7-1 breathing. Again, we inhale for a count of 7 through the nose, hold for count of 1. Exhale for a count of 7 through the nose, hold for count of 1. We'll do 7 cycles. For the first breath only, let's exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold, breathe normally. Be aware of the stillness inside of you and outside of you. Stillness begins with the physical body. Still your physical body. Be aware of your crown. You can gently lean your head forward. Be aware of your crown. We'll do the I am the soul affirmation. Mentally follow me. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Cho Kuksugi. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. the soul. We are one. We are one. We are one. Separation is an illusion. There is only oneness. Oneness with God. Oneness with all. We are one. Be still, be aware. Maintain your sense of stillness and awareness, and gently raise your hands at chest level, palms facing outwards. Imagine the small earth in front of you. See the earth clearly and vividly. See all the bodies of water, the land masses, the atmosphere, even the teeny tiny people and animals and plants. See the planet clearly. Be aware of your heart, your hands, and the earth. Follow me. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. And where there is injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Shower the earth, every person, every being, with these pink loving energies of peace, love, and forgiveness. See these beautiful energies going into the core of Mother Earth, soothing and healing Mother Earth from the inside out. Lots and lots of love. Lots and lots of sweetness and joy. So be it. So be it. So be it. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is doubt, faith. The people you know who are going through difficult times, challenges, financial challenges, health challenges, relationship or family challenges, even spiritual challenges, a yearning for oneness. Bless each and every person, every being with hope and faith, that they have a better life, they have resolution, they have clarity and understanding. So be it. And where there is darkness, light, sadness, joy. Wherever there is suffering in the world, let there be light and joy. Wherever there's hurt and pain in the world, let there be light and joy. Wherever there is disease, war, famine in the world, let there be light and joy. Wherever there is economic, political, social unrest, let there be light and joy. So be it, so be it, so it is. Beware of your crown, beware of your hands, beware of the earth. Allow luminous, brilliant white light to pour down into the crown, down the arms, out the hands to the small earth in front of you. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, and to be loved as to love. See yourself as a person that seeks to understand yourself and others. As we understand, we have greater love, compassion, patience, tolerance, and mercy. Seek to understand. Why is this person the way they are? Why am I the way I am? And see yourself as a person who consoles, who helps, who nurtures and nourishes others with no attachment, no expectations. So be it. Beware of your heart, beware of your crown, beware of your hands. Beware of beautiful golden energy flowing out of your hands, like a golden waterfall pouring out of your hands, going to the earth and all sentient beings. Shower the earth with these beautiful golden energies. So be it. So be it. So it is. For it is in the giving that we receive. It is in the pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. St. Francis of Assisi. Gently lower your hands in your lap, palms facing up. Your physical body needs healing, palms facing down in your lap. Beware of the love in your heart. Beware of the heart. Inhale. Beware of 12 inches above your crown. Exhale. Gently place your awareness on this point of light, 12 inches above your crown. See how beautiful and radiant this light is. As I chant the mantra Om, place your awareness on this point of light, and only this point of light. And allow yourself to expand within this point of light. Still be aware. And gently let go. Slowly come back to your body, maintaining your sense of stillness and awareness. Imagine there's a beautiful violet waterfall in front of you. And imagine yourself walking closer and closer to the brilliant violet waterfall. Experience the violet water pouring down from the top to the middle to the bottom of your mental body. And as this violet waterfall passes through your mental body, it's cleansing and purifying any and all calcified ideas, negative programming, negative conditioning, negative viewpoints that no longer serve you. Just allow the brilliant violet light to pass through your mental body, deeply and profoundly cleansing and purifying it of these energies now. Don't hold on to any of these energies, just allow them to pass through. And as they're passing through your upper, middle, and lower mental body, see it being swept away, properly transmuted, properly transformed. Just let go. Let go. Let go. You are not these thoughts, these ideas, these negative beliefs. Just let go. You're worthy of being healed. You're deserving of being healed. Just let go. See your mental body is super, super bright, purified, filled with mental vitality. Now, your upper, middle, and lower mental body is super, super bright, sparkling with clarity. Now, now, now. As you continue to stand under this brilliant violet waterfall, see it permeating into your emotional body, cleansing and purifying any and all negative emotions, negative feelings, anger, hatred, bitterness, fear, stress. Don't resist, just let the energy pass through you. Your upper, middle, and lower astral bodies are being cleansed and purified. Now, now, now. And see it being swept away down the stream, being properly transmuted and transformed. Just be grateful for the violet waterfall, cleansing, purifying your emotional body. Any feelings of discomfort, any and all feelings of being unsafe, unloved, are being cleansed and purified out of your system. Wherever you feel resistance, allow greater violet water to permeate that part of you. Don't get stuck in one spot. Let it pass through you. Good. See your emotional body, upper, middle, and lower, super bright, purified, full of emotional vitality. And then see the waterfall tinging into a bright, bright green energy, no longer violet, bright, bright green. And see it passing through your etheric and physical bodies, from the top of your head all the way down, out your hands, out your feet, out your coccyx. Your entire spine is being cleansed and purified with this beautiful, brilliant green energy. All the way to the bone marrow. Again, don't meditate too long in one spot, just see it going through your system. Out your feet, out your hands, out the base of the spine, going down the river, being transformed and transmuted. You are cleansed and purified deeply. Now, 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 so be it. If there's any other areas in your mental, emotional, etheric bodies, just inhale, exhale, and release. Inhale, exhale, and release. One more time, inhale, see all these beautiful energies being absorbed. And then any congested energies, exhale, release out of your system. Now, so be it. So be it, so be it. Your mental body is filled with vitality. Your emotional body is filled with vitality. Your etheric and physical bodies are filled with vitality. Now, so be it. For the blessings of God, so be it. For the blessings of the teachers, so be it. Beware the heart. Give gratitude to the beautiful violet waterfall. Give gratitude to the beautiful green waterfall. All the beings assisted with modifying the energies. Gently come back to your body. Move your hands, your fingers, your feet, your toes. Especially wiggle your feet and wiggle your toes. Come back into your body. Let's raise our hands in chest level, release excess energies. Beware the heart, the hands, the crown, and the earth. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Koksui, let the entire earth, every person, every being be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with divine help, guidance, and protection, with soothing, healing energies. Blessings be to all, healings be to all. So be it. So be it, so be it. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Koksui, the Pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, the Twin Hearts meditation, higher teachings, spread properly, rapidly, enthusiastically throughout the entire planet. May humanity be transformed. May humanity be healed. May humanity be uplifted without exception. So be it. Imagine each day of the week in front of you. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Kuk let this coming Monday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With emotional calmness and stability, let Monday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Tuesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With physical strength and lots of vitality, let Tuesday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Wednesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With proper and effective communication, let Wednesday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Thursday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With tremendous material and financial abundance, prosperity, and great success, let Thursday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Friday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With happiness and joy of a successful week, let Friday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Saturday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let us properly and rapidly learn our spiritual material lessons. Let Saturday be blessed, so be it. Let this coming Sunday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with effective, amazing, phenomenal upcoming week. Let Sunday be blessed, so be it. Let this entire upcoming week for all of us be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Lots and lots of healing energies. May all of our environments be flooded and filled with gold. May all those we interact with be flooded and filled with gold. May ourselves be flooded and filled with gold. So be it. So be it. So it is. See your friends and family members in front of you. Shower them with lots and lots of light, love, and power. These are all the qualities coming from the soul through the different bodies. See these people as healthy, happy, holy, transformed. And let's not forget to bless ourselves with light, with love, with power, with the recognition of who and what we are, with loving kindness, sweetness, tenderness, self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. So be it. So be it. So it is. Place your hands down towards the ground. Be aware of the base of your spine, soles of your feet, 3 cords going into the earth. Brilliant golden cords, 10 feet deep or 3 meters deep. Mentally firm, I am rooted and connected to Mother Earth. My system is grounded, it is stable, it is practical. Now, so be it. Now, so be it. Now, so be it. I am grounded, I am grounded, I am grounded. So be it. Let Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, good earth, and good people. So be it. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart, your crown. Be aware of them together. Breathing is one. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved Teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kuk Sui, Lord Mahaguru Jmeling, to Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, to Holy Master Counselor Jermaine, to all the Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, to the Angels of Healing, to our divine selves or higher souls, we thank you all for your great blessings. Thank you for transforming us into better instruments of goodwill and the will to do good. Thank you for blessing us with the heart to serve. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you with gratitude, respect, and love. So be it. Thank you. Slowly come back. Welcome back, everyone. Ah, flight delayed, good corner. Well, good time to have a flight delay, right? How is everyone?
It was a deep meditation. And at some point I think I was out, and then I came back to my body, and then I like gasping for breath. It was a funny sensation. And a very good waterfall healing. Thank you.
Was it a little waterfall or a big waterfall?
Big.
Excellent. Good. Thank you for the feedback. Chrissy says, super strong energy today. Did hands down because cough is worse. Okay. Did you put extra attention on your lungs during the green when the green water was passing? Yeah. Should have directed that more. Okay. Good feedback. Now that you're delayed, you have time to do the exercises, right? Afterwards. Okay. What else? So a reminder to the Arhatics in the group, make sure you store the energy after all the meditations and healings, even if it's twin hearts for yourself, right? Then do your physical exercises after meditation. Two songs. Well, let's see. No, 2 rounds of jumping jacks, 54 or 108 jumping jacks, 12 twisty turnies, and then another set, 54 or 108, and then 12 twisty turnies. And then you can do Tibetans. Ideally, everyone should get to 21 Tibetans for the second through fifth. You don't do the first Tibetan after meditation because the crown's already activated. A lot of energy's already come down. So you can get congested if you do the first Tibetan. So you do Tibetans 2 through 5 and then work your way up to 21. Basically, you can add 1 extra rep per week if you're doing it regularly. If you're not doing it regularly, you don't go from 1 to 21 overnight. So it's a process of months to get to that point, to do it safely. Or you can do mental physics, which balances the upper, middle, and lower auras better than Tibetans. So I'll leave you guys to that. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing your energy with the group. May the good karma come back to you many, 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 many times in the form of your heart's desire. And I will see you this coming Thursday for another Q&A. Again, thank you for the questions. I still have a slew of them that I have to add for the upcoming week. And continue moving forward no matter what. Willpower, you are a being of will. You're a being of power, making it happen. And that is it. So lots of love to you guys. I will talk to you shortly.